Mr. President, do you think Elon Musk is a threat to U.S. national security?
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation with other countries is worthy of being looked at.
Elon Musk has now taken over Twitter.
It's like the gates of hell opened on the site tonight.
Elon Musk is under federal investigation, failing to produce communications with the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Reuters reporting the electric car company is facing a criminal investigation by the Department of Justice.
Elon Musk says there's more and more subscribers. Who is it at the White House that is keeping track of this?
Well, look, this is something that we're certainly keeping an eye on.
What if his plan is to basically just destroy Twitter?
That benefits a far right wing, which thrives on conspiracy theory.
We have seen an increase in misinformation on it and hate speech.
A lot of hate speech.
Absolutely nothing about Elon Musk that's a free speech advocate.
Donald Trump's Twitter account is back.
Advertisers are going to be very skittish about this decision.
So far, he has doubled down on the conspiracy theorizing that liberal elites trying to make it so Twitter does not have advertisers.
The NAACP is urging companies not to advertise on Twitter.
You cannot ignore what the federal government is requiring of your company.
It really feels like Twitter is taking its last gasp here. RIP Twitter.
Decisions were made to censor reporting leading up to the election.
We see this as a coincidence. Twitter was so haphazardly pushed this distraction. At the same time, Twitter is facing very serious questions about the rising volume of anger, hate, and anti-Semitism on their platform.
After the end of Donald Trump's term in office, we are witnessing another power-mad billionaire attempt to coerce and capture the American discourse.
The Twitter sphere has really gone berserk, the cesspool of misinformation.
Just a question of time before, whether it's Mastodon or some other site, takes over all of the Twitter users. He's grinding Twitter into the ground.
The chaos, the ego, the insults, he is bringing down an institution.
Because the goal, apparently, is to get back to the days when Twitter was the Wild West of anti-Semitism, homophobia, transphobia, racism, and disinformation.
I think that one human being should not decide how millions of people communicate.
Before Musk bought Twitter, the site had entire teams dedicated to what they called content moderation. Elon Musk gutted those teams, including individuals in charge of the company's oversight in Brazil. American and Brazilian democracy remain under attack.
We are the protectors of freedom of speech as well. Our message was clear. We have the rules which have to be complied with.
Elon Musk's medical company Neuralink is reportedly under federal investigation regarding its animal testing.
Newspapers across the country are dropping Dilbert.
The Washington Post, Los Angeles Times, and USA Today among the hundreds of newspapers that denounced Adams and quickly pulled Dilbert. Twitter CEO Elon Musk coming to Adams' defense, tweeting, "The media is racist."
Elon Musk is weighing in on Scott Adams' side of this?
Effectively rushing to Scott's defense after these shocking comments. He said that the media is racist.
Republicans have brought in two of Elon Musk's public scribes to release cherry-picked, out-of-context emails designed to promote his chosen narrative. There's something going on between congressional Republicans and Elon Musk. Musk is helping you out politically, and you're going out of your way to promote and protect him.
Elon Musk spoon-fed you his cherry-picked information.
You're not going to tell us when Musk first approached you.
You're asking a journalist to reveal a source.
There wasn't coordination between Twitter and the federal government, as they like the American people to believe. Foreign countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, possibly even Russia and China are investors in Twitter.
Someone will have to make choices about the governance of online spaces. Those decisions should not be made behind closed doors or based on personal whims. Unrestricted free speech, paradoxically, results in less speech, not more.
Describe a hateful thing.
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist.
Can you name one example?
I honestly don't.
You can't name a single example. You can't give a single one.
And I'm saying,
I say so that you don't know what you're talking about.
In his effort to remove blue verified check marks from prominent profiles whose owners will not pay for authentication.
Absolute chaos, and especially with these government agencies.
There's a real danger here. The old Twitter pre-Musk, it had become a place where you could go for official government information. This is Elon Musk's effort to own the libs. A lot of the big advertisers have fled, and now he's trying to get people to pay for these check marks. Not many people are.
This has not been a good week for Elon Musk. His wealth plummeted by nearly $13 billion. And after a rocket built by his other company, SpaceX, well, it exploded in midair only minutes after liftoff.
Billionaire Elon Musk bought Twitter back in October, but by all accounts, advertisers have absolutely fled. His new subscriber service doesn't look like it's doing very well.
Yesterday, Musk launched a baseless Twitter attack against George Soros, who's often the target of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. He wrote, Soros does not have good intentions and, quote, wants to erode the very fabric of civilization. Soros hates humanity.
When you do something like that, do you
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it?
I'll say what I want to say. If the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Why would he do these conspiracy theories about George Soros, which everybody knows are anti-Semitic?
Twitter has been marked down by analysts. It's hemorrhaging its ad revenue. You would think, as the CEO of this company, would be very mindful of the misinformation that he puts out there.
You watch this person kind of be radicalized and red-pilled in real time.
I identify this when I see it, and that's what's happening to this guy.
Or this is who he was anyway. The way that Tesla operated as this racist hellhole where black people were attacked constantly and told to go stay in the slave quarters.
He turned Twitter into a vehicle for authoritarianism.
Musk has proven to be, at best, a fair-weather fan of free speech. For example, he dived into a term that some progressives have used and tried to treat it as a kind of what he argued was hate speech or a slur. Self-proclaimed free speech absolutists declared the term cisgender to be a slur and threatened to suspend people who use the term on Twitter.
Social media platforms like Twitter have decided to fire those that would be in the business looking for misinformation, disinformation. Both concerned with the enormous proliferation of hate speech on Twitter, the firing of individuals charged with security, and what impact that has on the rise of hate, but also security and privacy of people's data at Twitter.
Whenever we have repeat offenders at the agency, we're always thinking very hard about what we can be doing to prevent repeat violations.
Senator Elizabeth Warren is calling on the SEC to investigate Tesla and whether its board of directors broke securities laws when Elon Musk took over Twitter. He's raised concerns about conflicts of interest and misappropriation of Tesla's assets.
Rebranding the company as the letter X, you've got Wall Street analysts who believe the company could lose billions of dollars.
These ideas that to any sensible Wall Street analyst or tech journalist just don't make any sense. People would die for the kind of brand value that Twitter had. He's wiping it all out. You got to have the trademark. And it turns out he doesn't own that trademark. Really watch him tear Twitter off the side of the building in San Francisco. It is amazing to just watch how quickly he is physically and metaphorically erasing the value that Twitter once represented, Steph.
Has Twitter finally met its match? But Meta's new Twitter rival is already exploding in popularity. Threads takes direct aim at Elon Musk's struggling app.
That's a big deal. And there's a reason Twitter is freaked out, an easier space for a regular person to use. Whereas Twitter, you just get, frankly, a bunch of Nazis.
Biden's DOJ is suing SpaceX for not hiring refugees and asylum seekers.
DOJ said SpaceX failed to fairly consider or hire asylees or refugees because of their citizenship status and imposed what amounted to a ban on their hire in violation of federal law.
Here's what Elon Musk had to say. This is yet another case of weaponizing the DOJ for political purposes.
And now Musk is being investigated by Biden's Justice Department for accusing Elon Musk of building a glass house.
We've learned that there was a long, drawn-out legal battle between the special counsel's office and Twitter. Elon Musk's company did basically everything in its power to fight on Trump's behalf. Twitter's delay in complying with the warrant led the judge to hold it in contempt and hit it with a $350,000 fine. Now, at the time, Twitter was newly in the hands of Elon Musk, who who was very busy building a public image as a right-wing troll. It was clear that he would stop at nothing to court controversy and attention for his $44 billion vanity purchase, which was very quickly losing value.
Donald Trump is back on Twitter. He's on X that faced Trump. He's talking about election interference on social media.
Story about the Ukrainian military planning to launch an attack on Russian Navy ships. Elon Musk personally took action to make sure the Ukrainian military would not be able to do that. He got personally involved to make sure Ukraine had its hands tied in battle. There's this one American private citizen who is intervening to try to stop Ukraine from winning the war.
In other words, Musk effectively sabotaged a military operation by Ukraine. Should there be repercussions for that?
How did Russia scare Elon Musk, and was he duped by Vladimir Putin?
Musk spoke to the Russian ambassador to Washington. He may also have spoken to Putin himself. He was given the message that any attack on Crimea will have a nuclear response. And this is, of course, standard Russian propaganda.
I think we need an investigation to look into the arrangement with Elon Musk. It is not up to one billionaire to go off in secret and change our foreign policy.
Elon Musk says now he is considering suing the Anti-Defamation League for lost advertising revenue on X. Musk wrote on X, quote, "The ADL has been trying to kill this platform by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic." Musk claims ad revenue down 60% in the U.S. because of that.
I'm not going to stop calling out anti-Jewish hate. That's my job as the head of the ADL, to stop anti-Semitism, racism, all forms of bigotry. And the truth is there is a problem on the platform.
And it looks, John, to most people like the website has tanked and he needs a scapegoat, and here comes the ADL.
Unfortunately, a scapegoat that, as we hear throughout history.
Look, the world would be a better place if Twitter was less full of hate.
His tactic is, and I hate to say it, it's blame the Jews. His tweets are very carefully calibrated, dog whistle to a lot of people, and at the same time go, but I'm not an anti-Semite. But the advertising declined rather considerably after Musk got there. He insulted advertisers, he threatened them. He then said it was their fault. It's always someone's fault in Elon's world, except for Elon.
They have no responsibility for what they publish. None. I think that's wrong.
What about what Elon Musk has done to Twitter, lowering guardrails against misinformation? Does that contribute to it?
Yeah, it does. Where do people get their news? They go on the internet. They go online. You have no notion whether it's true or not.